Back in August, I knowingly lost $151 by selling Magic the Gathering cases. Some of you might call that a mistake, a misplay. A few months later, that same loss got me $1,780 of the new Magic the Gathering set, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And yes, that was the plan. As an online TCG seller with a business degree, one of the hardest lessons I learned was the difference between working in my business and working on my business. Two different things. First, I usually check eBay, TCG Player, and Squarespace. These are the orders that I have to pack for the day. I pack the orders, use Pirate Ship to get my discounted shipping labels. Then I drop them off at the post office. I get some coffee on the way home and pray that I was profitable by doing this. So that's working in my business, but if that's all I do, my business stays small. It's stuck. I can't really scale it. So one of the things that I was working on a lot was carving out time to work on my business also. This is the unsexy, boring, tedious strategy work that scales the business but takes a long time. That's where the $151 story comes from. Back in August, I had a special discount. I sold Outlaws of Thunder Junction Play Booster Box cases, and I sold Assassin's Creed Beyond Booster displays. I created the offer, but I had to get eyeballs on that offer, so then I created a TikTok. And here's the thing, I knew that I would lose money after shipping both ways. Here's the thing, I didn't buy those for profit. I bought them for points. A lot of the guys who sell TCG like me either have distributors of their own, go through a special club, or both. Myself, I'm both. But no matter who you go through, these clubs or these distributors rank your total spend, and they give you product based on your total spend. In other words, I just can't buy as much as I want, even if I have infinite money. It depends on how much I've bought in the past of bad sets. All distributors work like this. They don't care if you're making or losing money. As you've noticed what I just showed you, they only care about total spend. And that's the glitch in the matrix that I look for with this one particular strategy. Again, my actual distributor does the same thing, except they're even more strict about it. They do this so that a new guy can't come in and just order all the new Pokemon stuff and then say rip bozo to everybody else who's been an account with that distro for a long time. New people can't just come in and get infinite money like they think they can. It doesn't work that way. And when I talk about the game behind the game, this is what I'm talking about here. There's always metagames, even with buying trading cards, just like playing trading cards, there's always metagames and there's ways to take advantage of different plays, right? So if I put on a fake Rolex and I tell my plug, hey, see, I'm legit, so you can send me the shiny anime cardboard, that is legit a strategy that some people use. So I bought Assassin's Creed Beyond Booster bundles, I bought Outlaws of Thunder Junction cases, and I sold them for cheaper than TCG Player. My customers were happy, the club I'm in, they were happy, the distro's happy, everybody's happy. So even though I lost a little bit of money when it comes to profits, a few months later, because my spend was high, I get access to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Specifically, I got access to $1,780 in market value of Avatar, even though that number was higher. And again, this is just the Magic the Gathering line through one club. It's not the distro I actually work with. It's not all the other lines of stuff I sell. This is just one little strategy in one little area. Now, fun fact, ordering the Avatar stuff, ordering Final Fantasy when that set comes out, ordering the good stuff still counts towards your distro spend. So it ends up being like a snowball, a good snowball that rolls down the hill and it gets bigger as it rolls. Now again, this is just from personal experience. I'm not telling you guys how to run a business. Every business, every single situation is unique. But here's the fun part for me. What I'm doing now is repeatable. It's scalable. I'm thinking of selling a few more cases at discount just to increase my spend again. But here's the thing, it's risky. If you're not good at selling, if you don't have a good offer, then you could buy junk cases and you're stuck with them. You can't sell them. And then even though your total spend is high, you're out thousands, not hundreds. Imagine if I did this and then an Aether Drift set came out. It's like I'm trying to lose money here, right? But here's the thing, what if it's a Final Fantasy set? But you're starting to see the difference between working in my business and working on my business when I talk about that, right? Doing daily grind stuff, checking orders, fulfilling orders one order at a time, changing printing label paper, all of that stuff, that's low leverage but necessary activities. That's what I call the grind. Instead of trading my time for profits like before when I work on my business, I'm trading my time for something that gives me more bang for my buck when it comes to the time I spend on it. For example, I can do this again and again, and because it snowballs, hypothetically, if I'm lucky or if it works, this little strategy will get me more and more profit for the same time I'm putting in. That's higher leverage. These are the slow-moving, dumb decisions that look dumb in the short term, but pay off in the long term. So when they ask, how can I make $100 tonight? I'm asking, how can I make $1,000 3 months from now, given the same unit of time? I thought to myself, I can look at what everybody else is doing, or I can play by different rules. The same game pieces are in play, the same cards are on the field, but I'm using different rules and different mechanics when it comes to my business. People say, man, I need to rent a store to get distribution. You also have advantages when you don't have that store. So when I work on happytigergaming.com, when I work on my TCG business and not just as an employee in my TCG business, I create a good offer that's cheaper, that people want to buy. It cycles my money faster, it lets me buy stuff faster, and it puts me in the game. And at the same time, it increases my distro spend. So if you're new, man, get a TCG player account and you just gotta stay alive. You gotta pack those orders, you gotta ship fast, and you gotta get those ratings. That's what you gotta do. You got to stay alive. That's my best advice for new TCG sellers. Stay alive, bro. Even if it means selling bulk just to boost your ratings faster, selling 1,000 bulk pieces, do that. I know it's boring, I know it's annoying, but you gotta get them ratings and you gotta stay alive. And once you're comfortable doing everything, once you really feel like you know what you're doing, then just maybe you can start carving out even an hour or 2 hours a week to work on your business. Not just in your business. You might do something on social media. You might create a YouTube video that only gets 10 views at first, like this one. This video is only going to get 10 views, and then it's slowly going to get views as time goes on. I lost $151 in August on purpose, and I received $1,780 from Avatar: The Last Airbender market value inventory in November because of it, which does sell at a profit that's higher than the $150 that I lost. Again, this is the simple way of saying it, but the math makes sense, it checks out, and this is the game behind the game. Most people start a TCG business and it's basically they're playing with a starter deck. They kind of know how it works, buy low, sell high, herp derp, just like the starter deck says. But if you're really doing combos, if you're really trying to break the meta, then you have to really abuse some of the effects, some of the cards, and some of the strategies. You have to abuse the state of the game. You have to abuse how the damage step works. You have to abuse these things that are broken, the things that need errataed. Same in business. You're working in the TCG business, but you're also working on it. And you need to abuse the systems that give you the highest bang for your buck because your time is not infinite. And if you don't have infinite time, then it's more valuable to do the game-breaking stuff because you either want to top the tournament, you either want to make money in your business, or you just want to play to have fun, play with that starter deck, and lose. But in this game, the game behind the game, when it comes to your TCG business, you lose money when you lose, so you don't want that. The strategizing, the offers, the money models, the brand building. This is the game that we need to play here. Again, this is all my perspective. This is not business advice. This is just what works for me. And if you made it this far in the video, maybe you're starting to see the chessboard a little bit, and that's all that I want. So what I need you to do is to start an argument in the comment section, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next play. Oh, and by the way, that Avatar stuff is going to be live on happytigergaming.com. When is it? Oh, right now. Right now, the Avatar stuff's live if you're interested. 10% lower than TCG Player, obviously. See you later. Bye now.